So in this video, we're going to talk about tattoos. So as you guys can see, I'm a heavily tattooed native man. A lot of this is some modern stuff. I do have stuff to do with my culture and we'll get to that. But yeah, I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a product of my environment. A lot of natives are actually tattoo artists, and tattoos go back to ancient times. It involves medicine, um, and protection and status. Actually, you could tell if someone what their status was and how many lives they took, how many times they've been injured, the whole nine. So Native Americans, we are gifted people. We are descendants of the sky people, star people actually. So we are gifted people. We have great hand-eye coordination. We're blessed and we're artists. I come from a long line of artists. Eli Thomas was my great uncle, and he's a known Haudenosaunee artist, painter. But I took the tattoo route like many Native Americans do. Actually, there's so many Native American tattoo artists, like all over. Every tribe, there's at least a couple. Like even in my tribe, there's a couple Native tattoo artists. But I'm going to show you some different tattoos and the meaning of them. And here we go. Here's a tattoo that I did. It's a warrior band with the sky dome going around. And it says Ohio, which means beautiful river. That's what we call the Allegheny River. Here's another Hiawatha belt that I did on someone. I got it also on me. This is how we know who's part of our tribe. A lot of Senecas, Onondagas, Mohawks also have this tattooed on them. It's what united us. This is the Great Law, the Iroquois Confederacy. We all united. You got the original 5 nations: Seneca, Cayuga, Onondaga, Oneida, Mohawk. Here's another one. I've done probably like a dozen of these. Here's the 4 Mohawk Kings. These are some heavily tatted Native Americans. They have face tats. We Mohawks don't have kings. We had sachems. So when they went to go visit the King of England, that's how they were introduced as kings. So now they're known as the 4 Mohawk Kings, but these are just some heavily tatted Native Americans. It looks like they got thunderbirds tattooed on their face, sacred geometry tattooed on them, warrior bands. A lot of these tattoos have to do with protection spells, status, and keeping track. You know, you'll see natives with tallies. That's how many scalps or how many bodies they caught, or even they'll keep track of how many times they've been wounded in battle too. So they are definitely not like us. It looks like here's some Iroquois warriors getting tatted up with sacred geometry and warrior bands. But yeah, so a lot of natives become tattoo artists. On my res, there's like a dozen. Almost every res, there's somebody just like me, covered in tattoos, native, and love tattooing people. It's because it goes back to ancient times. So right here, I think this is a chalked or creek man. He's got the serpents, horned serpents, Uctanas on his chest. He's got warrior bands with crosses and Knights Templar cross. But yeah, yo, a lot of these tattoos have real deep meaning, and like you might see crosses or other symbols that the rest of the world uses. They stole our symbols. Indigenous culture is the mother culture of all cultures. Here's another dude with strictly just sacred geometry tattooed all over him. He's got bands on all of his limbs. Here's a Seneca warrior with a serpent on his back, a bear paw. He's got the warrior bands tattooed. He's got the sunbeams coming out in front of the ear. You're going to see that a lot. And then the mountains, mountain range, because Senecas are Onondaga people of the Great Hill. And you can tell he's Seneca because his Gustoat has one feather going up. Here's some more tattoos. It looks like they got sacred geometry. Oh, and he's got the tallies. So the tallies is for the mountain kills. You can obviously tell these are warriors. Warriors wear red and black war paint on their face, and obviously you can see the bow and arrows. But the tallies is for how many bodies they got, and how many times they've been wounded on the battlefield. Warfare is ritual to some tribes. That's why you have these warrior tribes and these warrior societies. I think this is like a Cheyenne or Arapaho guy. He's got a scalp in his hand, and yeah, just some pretty cool geometry tattooed all over him, sacred geometry. And I'm not familiar with their customs and their symbols, but I'm sure that these are probably have to do with ceremonial or protection or status. Here's another dude with tattoos. He's got the serpents with the Knights Templar and the sun on the moon. It looks like he's got some protection spells tattooed on his arms as well. Here's some Cherokees, and they got the sacred geometry going across the face like those Mohawk kings had. But Iroquoian speaking people, you're going to see them a lot have the patch of hair in the back with the bald, right? They're going to cut their hair down like Mohawks. They invented the Mohawk, but they're going to get tattoos on their face, around their eyes and ears and neck. Yep, so that's my video on tattoos. I want to see your tattoos, so post pictures of your tattoos in the comments.